It's Final Fantasy 10.
It's Final Fantasy 10. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing as the Halo theme. Fuck.
Halo theme.
Like, you did the first part, I'm like, this sounds a little bit like Final Fantasy. And then it's like, I'm like, wait a second.
You do the Final Fantasy goddamn theme.
Praise
same
be
as
to
the
yeah,
Halo
this
theme.
is my shit.
I thought we were supposed to do it.
Anyway,
thought
welcome
we were
to the
supposed to do
Loafer
Halo.
Boys Podcast New Year's edition. Yeah!
Praise check.
So today we got the people from last time. We got myself, Tyler.
Yep.
Zach.
Yep.
Comanche. Estes. I'll just get your whole name out there.
Good luck
And
getting a job,
myself,
asshole.
Skiff. You're basically main guy host.
Yeah, you're not getting a job now.
We also have a couple other people. We have Kate sitting in again. She's not going to say shit. And there's also Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Hola, Jackie.
That's racist as fuck.
We also, today, we have other Tyler.
Other Tyler, the better Tyler.
Oh.
Thank you.
We can do whatever there. And then we have Mr. Merton.
Again, you put someone's whole name out on.
I didn't say your birth name, loser.
It's gonna come out eventually.
Whatever, Liam.
Whatever. No one's gonna fucking listen to this.
Enough people do.
We have like 7 views on our last one, okay?
I mean, we got some people
my
watching.
my grandma counted for at least one.
I don't know how I feel about that. Everybody say hi to Tyler's grandma.
I love you, grandma.
Hey, grandma.
I don't know. What I'm doing
Anyway,
now.
we don't have a lot to talk about today, but we'll figure out something.
Oh, I have to
Just throw it all.
So, okay, if you want to start off, go
Oh,
ahead.
I have to upload Google Drive because I say some
Google it.
crazy shit.
Google it.
I just wanted to talk about because I've been thinking about this podcast since we released it, the first episode. Which, if you haven't read that or listened to it, I don't know how you say
I haven't read that podcast.
Reading for
I haven't read that podcast. If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it. But that first podcast is
there a
definitely
Braille version?
something.
Mama can speak Braille.
It's definitely something I've
Dead
thought
serious.
about. I've been in a relationship
Lower,
with this girl lately who I do not feel is ready for this podcast. And I think that, do you feel like this relationship or this podcast is like a benchmark for a relationship? The shit that we talk about in this goddamn podcast, I feel like should be definitely a benchmark for how if you can trust somebody or not.
What are the entry-level podcast topics for
I mean,
relationships?
Who said you could talk?
Which I may or may not.
Because we in the first podcast
Yeah,
we
the
talked
last part may
about
not.
sex dolls, we talked about Jewish Beyblades.
Wow.
We really went deep into the heart of everything.
Well, to be fair, Tyler brought up why weren't Beyblades a bigger hit in the Jewish community. I feel like
The dreidel?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
exactly.
why.
Like the,
No,
I
they
thought
missed
I thought
out
it was
on
a
that.
fair question.
A huge marketing opportunity.
Beyblades was literally the anime for Jewish people. Does that not make sense?
And nobody watched it.
Yeah.
They were so focused on growing their sideburns out that they couldn't figure it out. I'm just thinking, like, when do I introduce my my current girlfriend to the Loafer Boys Podcast, if at all? Which probably, at this point, I'm thinking I should not.
date 5.
Take 5.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think. See, for me, this is normal. So, like,
Yes,
I'm
it
not
is.
really afraid to hide any of this. Like, I'll put this out there. I literally put it out on my Facebook. Like, hey guys, watch
No, but like
this.
not even just like I don't think he's talking about just like girl-boy relationships, but like work.
Yeah, but trap
Friendships.
girlfriends too.
Yeah, trap girlfriends, work relationships.
Okay, I guess work relationships makes a
Whichever.
bit more sense, but I mean
Yeah.
that's just only because
like,
There's
I
a lot
can't-
of people at work.
I will never show this to my boss.
They already have no respect
Yeah,
for me.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Oh my god, if they find out I'm on this thing, I'm fired immediately.
Yeah, you show this to people in the relationship you're in when you want to end that relationship.
That's probably true.
this is the type of person I hid from you, and there's obvious reasons.
You don't need to know this.
You think you know me, bitch?
You
do
don't
not.
even know.
I don't know. I mean, at least Kate knew what she was getting into from like day one, so I mean,
Yeah.
that's no problem for me.
Props to Kate.
Just shut yourself off for like a couple weeks, and then once you get to that point where she's like, "Why don't you ever open up to me?" Slam your fucking computer down and be like, "Listen,
This is like,
This is 45 minutes of me, bitch.
if you can handle this, we're
And
going.
I brought up sex dolls twice after the fact.
I supported sex dolls that were artificial and not real sex dolls. So
And
you should
children.
support me.
How do you have a? What's the difference between a fake and a real sex doll?
What?
One is alive and the other is dead.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, one has never been alive. Because if you
Neither has been alive.
One has never been alive. The other is dead.
No, that's not dead. That's a person. That's a dead body.
Undead.
That's
Undead.
I felt like I should clarify.
Wait. I'm sorry. I may have jumped to the point. Are we saying dead like the battery ran out and they're just like...
No. A fake sex doll has never been alive. A real one is dead.
I don't want
poking
my
in the
sex
ribs
doll to
type
be...
stuff, or what's going on?
Alright, so
I would feel ultra bad if my sex doll ran out of batteries, because if it was classified as dead, then it's like I just killed my fucking sex doll,
And then you're a necrophilia.
and then I'd be a
also.
necrophilia.
and we got on the
And
do they have rights or
also-
not, and now you're just
Engaging.
All right, that was last week's, or not last week's. It was like last podcast.
All right.
We don't need to talk
Alright,
about that
come on,
anymore.
John.
So you got your Google Drive shit?
You want me to switch already? All right, fun one. What was the moment that you realized you needed to break up with your crazy ex-girlfriend?
When she camped out in my front yard.
Wait, are you joking? Or is that real?
No, that's fucking real. That's fucking real. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I was broken up with, but she tried begging me back, and I was like, nah, bitch.
No, I want to hear about this fucking front yard situation. Did she have a tent? Like, did she set up?
Did she?
camp?
She set up camp.
Did she?
Did she go full fucking?
She was waiting for the new iPhone.
She went to Code Access Pipeline on your ass, and she just sat out there. She brought out fucking like celebrities and shit. That's awesome.
Oh, she was fucking nuts.
Nuts for your nuts.
Yeah.
Wait, was it actually just a squirrel?
Totally.
I mean, camped out in front of your house. Nuts. I mean, like 2 for 2 right now.
Bad joke, Zack.
Bad.
I feel bad about
I don't like
yourself.
these. I don't like these
So,
girl jokes.
all right. So I got one. So when me and Estes were overseas for a while,
lady took a shit on my chest.
we haven't you shut the fuck up?
I think you should say that louder.
That was the same. That same girl took a shit on my chest.
Without you knowing, I feel like that's something that happens over time. That's not something that just happens.
It just happened.
It doesn't just happen.
No, I was laying there. She was giving herself the beans.
What kind of fucking term is that?
That doesn't just happen. That takes at least a minute.
Okay, no, okay. My bad. Hitting the back door.
I want
Sorry.
the beans.
No. No.
I'll take this bean.
Idiot. She's white.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Okay,
there's so much complexity in what's going on here.
I want to fucking know every
Bean
layer.
terminology.
Every layer?
Every layer, like an onion. I want you to peel it down.
All right, no, okay. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
We're still on.
Okay.
I'm
well,
sorry.
same
You
chick
left off at getting the beans.
Same chick camped out my yard. Also took a shit on my chest.
Okay, that's
It
great.
wasn't even really the chest. It was more like the stomach, like the pooch.
What is giving her the beans though? What was
The
her?
full shaft. We were having sex. I guess. We'll black and white. We were having sex.
Oh, you were balls deep. Okay.
I was just
All right.
laying there and she was doing all the work, which was
You
awesome.
should-
Okay, but you said she was giving herself the beans.
Well, I can't give her the beans because I can't move. She's laying there.
She was beans deep.
I'm just laying there.
I'm
She
sorry.
was,
Okay.
okay.
I
she
just
was
imagine like
beans
her
deep.
opening a can of beans, and just like.
I like the noise it makes.
She was beans deep on him. All right, she was beans deep next.
She was beans deep.
She was beans deep. Okay. I had finished. I was done. Anyways, she probably wasn't. I didn't really
True
care.
American.
I don't mean to kill the mood.
No.
I got shit real bad.
She was like, okay, fine. Hopped up. Sphincter obviously wasn't a little bigger than when it started, and just. Bloop.
Oh, she didn't intend to do
No,
that.
she just fucking no. Well, I mean, like it didn't like curl or anything.
that was
but
an
I mean,
accident. Now I feel bad.
It was like a
Oh, no.
cake the size of like the top of your hand. It was like 3 inches in diameter.
No.
It was like just fucking.
Did it look like a soft serve cooler?
It was terrible. It was terrible.
She did not deserve
It was
that.
terrible.
That's awful.
I don't know. She
Curl on
started
top of
crying.
it.
She was bawling her eyes out. I felt bad for
That's
her.
fucking funny and fuck her, but that's still really fucking
I
funny.
mean,
I feel kind of
Christ.
no,
bad.
it was awful. She was crying her eyes. I was like, oh, don't worry. It's
So
all
remember
right.
the last time when you were like, "Fuck, we're only like 8 minutes in.
Holy shit.
We're not even 10 minutes in yet."
Well, I'm still trying to get over the fact that you said given the beans, it was a cake about the size of the top of
Oh
your
my
head.
god. You guys, that
Your
reminds me of the
vernacular
time.
is spot on. That shit is
Oh my
amazing.
god. Can I tell
Alright.
a story too, please, quick? It has relations to fecal matter.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be about more beans.
We're gonna talk about beans. So I was having sex
Beans
with
are
a
so
chick
good,
once.
though.
We did anal sex, and then it was like one of her first times she ever had anal sex. She didn't know what she was doing. Yes, thank you. I don't know why you looked at your girlfriend or your wife. And then I some
Take it back!
some stuff came out, and it literally fell on the side of the bed. And I was like, if she sees this, she'll never let me put it in her butt again.
So you cleaned it up and
So,
Tell me you cupped it. Tell me you cupped it.
So I grabbed it with the blanket and I put it in her shoe. I forgot all about it.
That is so fucked up.
So what'd you say, like your dog did it?
Oh my God. No, it was in college, so it was in a dormitory. So there was no dog at this time, so she literally, except in the morning, there's shit in her shoe. And she had no idea where the shit came from. She's like, there's shit in my shoe this morning. I was like, I don't know.
So
Like it's a possibility.
remember at the beginning of this podcast where you said, I'm not sure if I want to show a certain someone in this podcast? Don't show them the podcast, at least not this
Oh my
episode.
God, she had poop shoes.
I'm just imagining like the moon shoes song. Oh, like a poop shoes. Poop shoes.
I used to get shit on.
And I feel like I still did her a favor even though I put shit in her shoes. Because I feel like I was the bigger man there. Alright, we're done. Move on.
Alright, well, that was something.
That was a wild ride.
Alright, yeah, so anyway.
Anyway, I don't have anything else. I'm done.
Alright.
Yeah, what were you gonna say, Cam, before we got on the main topic?
You had a
So,
topic.
anyway, yeah, me and Estes,
Well, he was talking like reasons for like breaking up with a chick. I have mine.
let's
Shoes can't.
fuck me twice, huh? Like, let's cut me out of my conversation.
You're welcome. It's only like
You don't deserve
I
that.
took the test. I'm only 70% cuck, which means not a cuck. According
Can you
to
spell that?
I don't know how much cuck I am,
Yeah.
but
Can you spell
I'm gonna
that?
want to talk to Tyler right now.
Notacuck.
Okay.
Anyway, so when Estes and I were overseas, we talked like literally every fucking day on the chat program that we had.
You said a Jap program?
Chat.
Chat.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Hello, talk
Move on.
the Jap program.
One step forward, two steps back.
I'm Brother Tyler. You're welcome.
So other Tyler's not gonna be back after this.
Sorry.
But no, we were talking every day, and at one point we got to a part where I was like, I don't know, I think Kate was being sad one day, and
How dare you?
I was like, I was telling him, yeah, Kate's going through some stuff and blah blah. It's like sad or whatever, and like we had a sad off pretty much. You remember this?
Oh yeah.
Your sad story is more sad.
Yeah, like, we were trying to like see who was more sad than the other person,
Well, we were
and like
getting into shit that like had no like current. It didn't mean anything at the time. It was just like really deep shit that we dug up so that we could one up each other. It was like, yeah, well, I have a really long standing like withdrawal symptom of my parents and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, well, you know, blah blah. I was like, oh shit, we gotta really keep making shit up.
like, so what happened was like, I remember originally starting, it was like, oh yeah, I messaged him like, hey, Kate's in the ER, and I think it was, I forgot what it was, what you were doing.
Oh,
with
it's
it.
from my heart palpitation.
Yeah, I was like, Kate's in the ER. And like, I don't know why, but like, we decided to play that off as a joke.
Your wife is getting mad.
So like, Esther said something, I don't know what it was.
I think I said nice or something.
But like, I don't know, like, I think he said something else that was like even more sad. And I was like, my grandpa died on Valentine's Day. It was like the first Valentine's Day I got to celebrate at the time. And like we just got back from dinner and like I get the phone call like, your grandpa's dead. Like, he always makes it about himself. But, like, and then he went somewhere else with it and then I said something else and he just goes, about your friend, the car.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like this one farted. I was like, I'm
oh
done.
shit, yeah. This one was rough. My friend that I went to BMT with, he was the only dude in our SEER class that ended up making it through and getting his beret. So like he was kind of a badass, but he ends up getting out. And I guess like when he got out, he was just fucking nuts. And he used to talk to people all the time, and like his mom still messages me. And it's super fucking sad, but basically the dude killed himself. He drove out somewhere and lit his car on fire. So he died by just self-immolation. So I told him about that, and that was like pretty much the peak of the mountain of sadness that we.
I didn't really have anything at the
Like,
time.
how
to-
do you beat dead veteran? You can't.
I did it. I was like, I feel like that's pretty much like when the conversation died.
God.
We didn't talk for like the next 3 hours.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
Thanks, Kate.
Apparently what it boils down to is Kate made us really upset.
Had to
Well,
go
your
to
goddamn heart
fucking ER.
palpitations gotta fuck everything up.
What the fuck, Kate?
It was
PTSD shit.
it was pretty rough. So
That's okay. Skiff came out with testicular torsion, so that was pretty
oh
sick.
shit! Another story. So like,
Oh, let's talk about it. Yeah.
I may as well
All right.
explain it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So
Can't wait.
Estes really enjoys this fact, but I seem to have, since being like in the military or whatever, I have this history of getting into really awful medical inconveniences.
Go make it.
That's just really fun to laugh at. And this one in particular, I just woke up one day. We were still overseas, and like I just felt I was just like in pain or whatever, and I just went to work and like I just felt my nut hurt real bad. It was the right nut, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I'm just in pain, whatever, blah blah blah. And like I sit down at my computer chair. I'm just trying to get to work and shit like that, and the pain just keeps getting worse. So I'm like, all right, fuck. So I didn't know what's going on. But it just felt like it ached, so like I waddled all the way to the bathroom, and like I hit myself into the bathroom, locked the door, and like I pulled on my pants, and I start like feeling for like lumps and shit.
Punching his dick.
I just put it on the toilet seat, just fucking slamming it. Fuck you! You're like,
How dare you?
but like but I'm checking for lumps and shit. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I don't know. I felt like grabbing my nut, like kind of helped relieve some of the pain. So like, cool. So I went to go sit back down. And like all of a sudden, like the pain just keeps getting worse. So I'm just like, all right. So I go into the next office. I'm like, hey, I'm in a lot of pain. I need to go to the doctor's. Like, well, what's going on? I'm like, well, I'm in a lot of pain. And like, I really don't have a problem saying anything to anybody. And my office already kind of knew who I was at that point. And so I was telling them, my right nut hurts a lot. And like, my master sergeant was a female at the time, and she's like a super godly Christian lady. She's very nice, and she's just like like I just said like unspeakable evils to her or something. She's like, go, and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here, bye. So like,
Skittle waddle.
I start to waddle over, and then like I think somebody gave me a ride. I don't remember, but man, I was in so much pain. I finally get over there, and like I go in, and I'm like, hey, I'm experiencing a lot of pain. And they're like, well, what's happening? I'm like, I got a lot of pain in my groin area. And they're like, well, what is it exactly? I'm like, my nut hurts. Okay? Like, I don't know why, but my nut sack is in pain, and this is really awful for me right now. Can you please let me see the doctor? And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. And like, I get in there like real quick. And I get in, the doctor comes in and says, hey, so what's going on? So again, I have to explain. My right nut hurts, please help. And this doctor's like, all right, drop him. And like, the doctor, like, I already know he's going to grab my nuts. He's going to start doing some shit to him. So like, I'm already thinking,
You're going to give him the beans?
So I whipped out my beans. But I'm already sitting there. I'm like, as soon as I'm like undoing like this, I'm just like, I gotta think of something because I'm going to enjoy this story. I'm gonna tell this story for years to come. I need to say something witty to this guy, and I could barely think of anything because I'm just sitting there, and like, he just starts grabbing his hands are fucking cold.
He's beans deep.
And like as I'm like dropping my pants, I'm like, hey, this is gonna be really weird for me, so I'm probably gonna say some really awkward shit just to kind of like make the situation not awkward, if that makes sense. He goes, you do what you gotta do. So he just starts twisting. I'm like, anything? And like with today, like with how today is, you can't get like too sexual because like that turns into like harassment and shit. And I'm not about to harass like an officer in the military.
Right.
So like. He's just like he's a dude, and he's just like, he's chill as fuck. So we're just kind of going through it. He's like twisted one way. He's like, how's that feel? I'm like, not good. So he twisted the other way, and he goes, is that any better? No. So like, nut still hurt, doc. Like, and he's just like, all right, well, we're gonna need to bring you into the other room. So they bring me into the room. Like they would do like if any like actual operations besides bringing me to the actual fucking hospital.
All right.
And like,
This
What?
is one nut
We
cam.
got a vice clamp in this room.
No, but I get
It's
in
getting
there,
real right now.
and like thankfully no one else has to check my nuts while I'm there, right? So this is
So it's just you and him alone.
No. Other people came in. There was a nice lady from the Netherlands. God bless her heart. She didn't have to see my nuts, which is fantastic.
All right.
I had not shaved for like 5 months, so it was bad.
Oh.
But anyway, so we're sitting there.
Before
and,
or after you married Kate?
I was married to Kate at this time.
Okay.
So anyway, I was done showing my nuts to people for at least the next 2 hours. So I'm chilling out in this bed, and like everybody's coming in, and they're like, okay, well, because the problem is, because of how long I've been experiencing the pain, they don't know if like they needed to get me out of there, needed to send me over to another base where they could operate if they needed to, because pop it, twist it, lose it. So anyway, the reason is listen. The reason is because if
my God.
Listen. If the nut was like tangled up for too long, like 4 hours or something like that, and Brexton lasting longer than 4 hours. but like if it was tied up for too long, it could essentially die. And yeah,
You'd have dead beans.
I'd have beans with no sauce.
It's dry cotton. That's dry cotton.
All right.
But it was like so they had to they went to go fly me out to the other thing. Like I got like they like hella lifted me like I was in a copter and
shit,
shit.
this is getting
It was,
real.
Dude, it was dope as fuck. But
Oh my God.
Before that, right? They're sitting there and they're like, all right, well we're gonna have to administer some drugs to try and help with the pain. Blah blah blah.
Sweet.
I'm like, oh cool. So like they numb me up, right? And then like they stick the IV needle in. And they're like, all right, so this is morphine? And I was like, what? So, like, this is my first experience with morphine.
God.
Starting from the bottom, now we fucked.
Holy
So
shit.
I'm already laying down. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm ready for this
This is
because
unreal.
this is a really long day for me. So
ridiculous.
it's only like 10 o'clock, and I'm already like fucking hating life. So like they administer this morphine, man, and it doesn't take like shit long for this thing to start kicking in. My back lit on fire. It was fucking. I thought I was having a reaction. I thought I was gonna die that day. But like within like 30 seconds of the morphine being administered, I was just like, whoa.
It's working.
I can't feel anything. I'm invincible. But like,
Twist them.
so they so we end up like they end up hell lifting me to the next base or whatever, and we land down and. They bring me into this army base too, so army guys give less of a fuck about like what they're saying and shit. So it was cool as hell. And I get in there and they're all like, "Oh, what's going on?" I'm like, "I can't feel my nut." And they're like, "That's great." So like the doc comes in like, "All right, well, we're gonna do some tests because I wasn't feeling any pain at the moment." They're like, "Do you feel anything?" I'm like, "No, man, I got morphine in me." Like, all right, cool. So they bring me into another room, and you know the thing that they do when they try to see the baby in your belly.
Ultrasound?
Yeah, that thing. The ultrasound.
The ultrasound your dick.
My balls. So they put the jelly on my balls and shit. And this doc like he's like, all right, he's gonna put this here, and he's just like trying not to look at me. He's looking at the computer, and he's just like, and I'm seeing like inside my nuts. It was fucking fantastic. And like we're sitting there, he's like, well, it doesn't seem like anything's going on, and I was sitting there, I'm like, is there a lot in there? He's like, sure, I guess, whatever. And like, so basically, I don't know, it just fucking stopped. My nut still works, I guess. I'm not in pain.
Talking about this.
Yeah, we are. So like, that was it. Like, my leadership came to pick me up from the base. And it was nonstop, like, I lost the testicle jokes. These are the people who are supposed to, like, I'm supposed to go to if I have any problems, like, personal problems. Like, oh, my wife's in the ER. They just go, like, they're sitting there, like, oh, what's up, Lance Armstrong? Like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm supposed to, you guys are supposed to help me. But it was cool. But, like, later on, I ran into my commander, and he was like, he asked me, hey, how's it going? I'm like, it's good, because he knows what happened. I'm like, I basically told him, he's like, did they find anything? And I was like, there's a lot. So I basically told my commander, the guy who's in charge of my whole squadron, that I have a lot of semen in my balls.
There you go.
That's how that went down.
Nice.
So,
God bless.
I found out I have a lot of semen in my balls when I was in the Middle East.
The more you know.
Meanwhile, I wake up to a picture of him being hella lifted. No explanation.
That was it. And I guess just give him a thumbs up. That's what I like to do.
You had to be worried about his testicles, and you
I
didn't even know
that was the
it was
issue,
his
though.
testicles. You're just like, oh my god, I hope my husband's okay.
I think
I
the better reaction was my dad though, because I said to him, he's like, "Holy shit, what happened?" I'm like, "I don't know, Dad, I'm dying."
Now, when you were being hella lifted, were you like suspended underneath the helicopter?
No,
my God.
no,
So
I would have been
much
terrified. Are you kidding me?
It's like
getting
deep blue
slammed
sea
into
shit.
shit.
Just mouthful of sand.
Just yell
Oh
to
my god, it'd be awful.
Yell to the German common folks.
Like,
My balls!
I just look,
My balls!
I just look over and I just see like the fucking camels roaming free and shit.
You're just getting swung around, knocked into fucking buildings and shit.
But no, I was actually in the thing. They had me strapped down.
Oh
so
my
I was laying
God,
down.
that's
Every once in a while I have to look out because I want to see what's going on. So I'm like,
Hey, if I itch, can somebody scratch me?
Just imagine that morphine dad just be like,
the guy inside
Looking out.
who was like, making sure I was good the whole flight over. Like,
That's
I can tell this guy was like
crazy.
operator as fuck though, because like I think he's one of those like pararescue people or something like that.
That's badass.
And like he's like I'm sitting there, I'm like he's just making sure I'm good, and he's just like, hey, if I say this, blah blah, give me like numbers, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? I'm on morphine, you know this,
I'm
right?
high as shit, bro.
I'm like, just if we crash, make sure I get out.
Now, hell evacuations is extremely expensive when you factor in training time and fuel and all that sort of thing. So per milliliter, how expensive would you say your semen is at the moment?
not worth it.
Yeah, probably.
Whose
Fuck you,
semen
man.
is
Okay? I don't need you telling me my genetics are shit. I got one guy telling me this at least once a
One
week.
6-foot guy telling him.
The 5'11" and 3/4. As long as you slow the fuck down. Know your role, manlet.
He's my biggest fan.
Man,
Speaking of, now that we got this. Hell yeah.
Alright, loud noises!
Alright, so, Skiff's friends
Alright.
all play Tekken 7. From back home friends, I'm assuming.
I was gonna say I don't play Tekken.
please.
Okay, so-
I don't
so
think
this.
so.
This is the Estes stroke myself hour where we talk about something where Estes can stroke himself.
I'd play Tekken
So,
7
no,
if
that-
I could
what
play
he just said-
Noctis.
You
What
talked
he just
about your
said.
nuts, you can talk about his.
What he just said will actually.
Alright, that's fair.
No, what he just said will be put into context at the end of my story, because the reason I say he's my biggest fan is because of this whole story.
Okay, here we go.
So, I buy Tekken 7 for Skiff. I buy
Mm.
it for myself as well, right?
Mm.
So that was
he's
his,
a good roommate.
that was his Christmas present, was being able to play Tekken together. So we
cute.
get on there, and I pick the first most kawaii anime chick character I can find. Just so happens to be Lucky Chloe.
Yeah, she's
Alright,
like,
here we go.
a K-pop,
She's a
like
K-pop
B-boy
star, yeah.
dancer.
And she
like,
beats your fucking ass.
Yeah,
I can't
so
wait.
Then you
I
bring
start
up
playing
Canada.
with her, he
First
starts
he
playing
beats
with
Giga, some big old
big
dude with
ass fucking boulder of a robot.
He's got like pipes all over him
Yeah,
and shit.
and so
Yeah.
we go into it, and for a week we're playing, and I start winning, and I even win against his friend Din, who's really good at the game apparently.
Apparently.
I perfect rounded in one round, and from then on I was like, okay, I think I'm a Lucky Chloe main for sure now. So I go, I work separate shifts from Skiff. So he works during the day, I work 3 to 11. So I only get to see him for about an hour and a half every day during the week. And
Really, actually,
if he's
it really
still
does
up.
make me sad.
So I show up to work one day, and he's like, oh, so I gotta tell you something. I was really upset about it. I was like, what's that? And he's like, I was looking up the tier list for Tekken, and apparently Lucky Chloe is the absolute worst character in the game.
Oh.
And so
Here's the thing. Okay, so before I had thought for a while, I'm like, I don't want to tell him this because I don't need to hear the shit afterwards. But at the same time, I'm like, but what can his ego do if I tell him?
So I go into it, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm trying to, act like an asshole and be really humble, because I know he wants me to be, crazy ego-filled and shit. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then his friends and him, apparently, I wasn't there, but they were talking about how Lucky Chloe is very new player friendly. And I was like, oh, you guys are just jerking me off then, if you're saying that I'm really good at it. Oh, boy, they're just trying to take as much away from me as I can. And so then I went and had to start talking about it in front of our entire shop, and Skiff got his ego shut down, and I was a little sad about it. But I do have stream proof, too, because I stream.
Oh, no,
all
he
my
beat me.
games.
No, he definitely beat me.
Because I called him out. I was like, all right, Skiff, if you're going to talk shit in front of your friends, let's go play a one-on-one match. And he's like,
All right,
you know what?
so
All right,
hold
fuck
up,
that. So we
hold
go
up.
do
No,
it.
fuck you.
I beat him 2 games in a row, and that was it.
You have a history of telling stories wrong. All right, I was not talking shit. All right, I told you, I said, hey, the guys in the chat said this, and you're like, oh, that's some bullshit. I get why you're all like, I would get it because I'd be the same way.
I have
But
the whole
not
thing. I have the
was
whole
not talking
conversation on
shit.
stream. I'll link it on this
That's
YouTube
fine.
video.
Like,
I'm
you
going to
started
link the
talking
stream.
shit that day, and then I was like, fine, let's play, blah, blah, blah. because he didn't want to play anybody else in the group again.
I beat everyone in the group.
Yeah, but that was like a week ago, and then you didn't even play again. Anyway, so that's outside that
Pull out
point.
the ruler.
I already measured. I'm like 5 inches taller than him.
Yeah.
You're like 2 inches taller.
I'm like
than
6
me.
foot and he's like 5'4".
I play Kirby in Super Smash Bros. Just
Fuck
for
you.
one reason,
Respect.
is
We talked
to,
about
to
this.
suck and cuck.
We talked about this.
I will. If you come near me at the edge, I will literally suck you in and blow you underneath the stage.
Yep.
And just cuck the living.
I think we were
fuck
talking
out
about
of
you the other day.
Oh my god,
Fucking hate
and
you.
it's fucking glorious.
I fucking hate
I
you.
will do that shit in tournaments,
Mhm.
and people who are very, very good at this game will hate me, and I will advance farther than anybody ever thought because they're like, oh my god, I play so and so, and I'm and they just beat off, and I do that shit, and I'm just like, I can't. You didn't win fairly. It's like, motherfucker, if you're
I still won.
gonna, yeah,
Fuck
if
you.
you're gonna be all like, you're gonna masturbate to this character, you better be fucking good with him, and you're not. Then I'll fucking beat you every time. And I've made money on this goddamn character who should be absolute garbage. So
Who?
Kirby.
You can
there
play
is
any
something to
character
be
in
said
tournament.
about playing shit characters because nobody knows the matchup. If you play a garbage character, but just
Oh,
assumes that
melee.
you're going to be terrible with them, but that's not necessarily
He's not
true.
that meta, but he's playable.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I don't have anything to say about testicular torsion. my conversation doesn't amount to testicular torsion.
You got a lot more to say about sex robots.
I have volumes to say about intercourse with lowly robots, but I will not because I don't
Before
want
we
to
move
go
on
to
to that
jail.
topic, this might be a little personal. Sorry, ladies.
No, please.
Is one ball larger than the other
Yes.
for you guys?
Yeah.
I know.
That's
I'm just making sure that's not
genetically
weird.
a thing.
Well, I mean,
Perfectly-
I think my middle one's the largest.
Perfectly symmetrical.
You mean your middle two?
You know what's crazy?
I need to don't.
my ball,
Yeah, I absorbed my fetal twins' nuts as well.
my
What?
testicles are perfectly symmetrical, but one still hangs lower than the other. It's crazy how physics work like that. Like my balls are perfectly fucking same exactly.
For you?
Yeah, but like one dangles, like one's little cord is shorter than the other.
Huh.
It's crazy.
So this reminds me of a story from when I went through basic training.
Talk about his balls.
It's on that topic.
Testicles. Here we
So when I was going through basic training, there was a guy in our flight who would high five you for absolutely anything. He was a really great guy. And,
Fuck yeah.
You guys are reaching
my-
your mascot?
Fuck no, please no. God.
No, he carried his own weight and all that sort of thing. So he was just kind of a fun guy to have around. He high-fived me after I told him that I had an extensive Japanese pornography collection. He high-fived me after I rapped the entirety of Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz.
There you go.
And at one point we were all in the showers at the same time, and I just hear behind me, this guy goes, "Whoa, your nut is huge, awesome." And all of us turn around to see this. And this is week 5 out of 8. We all turn around, and one guy has one of his testicles is like the size of a fist.
Oh my god.
Holy
That's some cancer shit, dude.
Just-
That guy needs to get checked.
Just the one, though.
Just the one.
Just the one. So he's got like a mono sack.
Oh
pretty
my
much.
god, that
Guys,
guy's
did you say Mr. Bean?
that guy just bushed his baked beans. I think is what he
I
said.
thought that's what you said, but I wasn't sure.
But yeah, so he turned around and just outed this guy's huge nut just so he could high five him.
Just so we can high five him.
Yeah, he thought it was awesome.
What if it hit him in the leg and it left a bruise?
But yeah, we asked him about it. He said, yeah, I've gotten it checked out, yada yada. You know, everyone going through medical screening before I went to basic, they made a huge hubbub about it. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just big for some reason.
It's just big.
Big boy.
I feel like they still wouldn't take him though. That's so weird.
No, there was no. Apparently, it was just like a
Big nut.
medical anomaly. Yeah, big nut.
So if anybody ever sucks on that, it'd be like edit anything when they
I
get
was
the
thinking
jaw
the same
break.
thing. With that shitty pencil, 25 cents.
I was thinking about the Breakfast Club.
Oh
Hey,
my
Claire,
God.
want to see a guy with elephantitis the nuts? Pretty tasty.
Yeah, literally, it was like the size of a plum. It was obscene.
God.
So I guess while we're on the topic of basic training, was anybody else's showers like a fucking game show? Because like when we go in, people would line up and they'd have to like I don't know if it was just my people because they're all like manic anyways. Because I don't know, that's just how seer guys are, I guess. But like we all lined up and we were all in the showers and shit, and like I didn't want to be a part of this, but everybody's just sitting there just like dancing around, swinging and shit, and we're all singing, having a good time. And it felt like one of those Japanese game shows where you've got to do something to get through there, but like you've got to go through a bunch of dicks too. I don't know if anybody else had that same experience, but that's always what I thought about, because like when you open that door, all I heard was like that crowd going wild, and everybody's like so happy and like cowboy dancing and shit.
I didn't make it to the military, but I just want to say that my taxes are super glad that they paid for that. Every money that I put towards that, every money that I put towards that were worth it.
I want to make sure they continue this dance.
Yeah, please do your more
I was
gay
so worried.
Japanese game show
I
shit.
was so worried when you said lined up because I was afraid there'd be elephant walking in there.
Elephant walking.
What the fuck is
Oh,
elephant
yeah.
Do tell.
walking? What the fuck is elephant walking?
I learned of this through someone else that I met in my basic training who
Had a big nut.
No, this was not Big Nut Man.
I find you a lot.
He had been through a fraternity hazing, and this is apparently a frat thing.
my God.
So apparently they strip you naked, and you all line up, and you know how elephants walk in the circus? Each one holds the tail of the elephant in front of them.
No.
You reach in between the guy's legs, and grab his dick, and you walk the parade.
No.
Yes.
Can't relate.
I learned more.
Wave the white flag. I'm out.
I learned more horrible things to do to people's genitals via hazing when I was in the military, despite experiencing none of it. Like when they were going through all those briefings in the very beginning, telling you what not to do to each other, while we were all in basic training, all sharing one sort of living space.
High school, man.
Yeah, I learned more horrible shit to do to people there than I ever would have dreamed. Like, I had no idea any of this shit existed until they told us not to do it.
And then you're like, maybe.
I haven't thought of that before.
Yeah, well, the worst
to
offender
figure
by far was I learned what the female equivalent of teabagging is.
Snail trailing?
please.
Snail
Oh,
trailing.
what is that? What the fuck? Please divulge.
You guys don't know what snail trailing
Really?
is?
The guy that's had shit on his chest doesn't know snail trailing is.
No! Shit on your chest is different.
I'm just assuming they just like fucking open up their shit and just leave their innards on
I
the face.
wanna know.
Anyway, Willy Wonka threw it down.
No,
Doesn't
learn.
open up like a
I want to
penis
learn,
fly trap.
goddammit. Please divulge.
I mean,
You say penis fly trap?
it's in the name. I don't
Snail trailing. Let's
I don't know what the name doesn't illustrate for you.
Well, I kind of get it, but
You know what snails do?
I want our listeners to know.
You know what snails do?
Yeah.
I love a good snail job.
Zack coming in clutch.
You gotta dedicate like
like when you say snail job, I'm thinking like nail job, and then like just dragging it on your finger.
I have
like, oh, it's a nice gloss.
I have a very visceral idea, but I want to know exactly
Basically, like
what it is.
there's different ways, but one of them's like when you kind of like nut in the girl, right? And then like she just drags it across you. That's pretty much what it is.
This is amazing. Oh my
It's
god.
pretty disgusting. But
I'm trying to think if I've had a snail thing to me. I've not experienced that. I don't think so.
Anyway,
let's get
I
on.
haven't had a girl shit
do
on
you
my
guys
chest
think
either.
that
Shut up.
do you guys think Jesus lost weight when he was crucified?
Oh my God.
After he came back.
After he came
After
back,
3 days.
after he came back or before, because he probably
When
gained
you like
weight.
P90X crucifixion, like
I feel like he had a choice after he came back. He was just like, do I want to come back ripped as fuck or do I want to come back malnourished?
What, like it's the beginning of Dark Souls and you get to pick your body type?
Right. He came back with the health
Right.
ring or whatever it was. He's just like, I got a ring now, motherfucker. I'm healthy as fuck.
Ring.
no, I'm saying like I mean, he was dead for like 3 days. And did he lose weight? That's just
I'm gonna go with yes.
I feel like you would, yeah. I feel like that's a given. Nobody shit on his chest or anything, but he
well, I mean,
definitely...
your body.
Hey, now.
Like when you die, technically, like you're still like your body's still like doing things. It's just
Yeah.
your body doesn't
Yeah.
exactly die right away.
Yeah, it poops.
Did he
Anyway.
just poop?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
did he
your
shit
body-
his organs out?
Your body poops.
Yes. Just say
Just
yes.
evacuates itself. And just
Get all
a little
this
bit of
gross.
that...
We have no respect for religion on this podcast.
Messy cross.
It's not about religion. No, it's about the human body. I mean, unless we're saying, like, Jesus is so great that he doesn't shit.
Kim Jong Un
Just
is
like
so
that.
great. Kim Jong Un. If you've watched the interview, he has no battle.
I'm so ornery.
That's a different movie.
I know.
So road.
And that's Kim Jong Il.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
He's pretty ill. I feel like there should be more rap videos with Kim Jong-il.
His dead body.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do
Why
you
not?
do?
Yeah, he's probably lost
They
all the
didn't
weight.
whipping.
He's probably lost a lot of weight.
Dab.
This podcast needed more dabbing thing.
Cool hip.
This
clothes.
podcast needs more dabbing.
And dab.
And
dab.
Cool.
right.
I wanted to
Right.
say more racist things, but I can't.
No, how about we just don't say racist things?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go no racist things.
Yeah.
Keep Mr. Snip
I don't.
out of this.
we don't need to edit.
This is awful so far.
I mean, we're like 40 minutes in right now.
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes in. I think we're doing okay.
All right.
Holy
cow.
Continue.
So it's not a topic that I had written down, but I did remember someone had shared it in our group chat. Like, yo, next podcast topic, let's do this. And I remember taking like a super huge liking to it, though that the article was like 6 sentences long.
Mm.
It was about the guy who was trading sex with an underage boy via some app for chicken Alfredo and some Sprite.
Oh yes. What a wonderful.
Why are you clapping for this?
What a wonderful topic.
That's fucking terrible.
Like straight up, you got, like it was one of those like, hey, I'm actually a cop bait things. But yeah,
Yeah.
straight up, like was
No,
trading
for real though.
like chicken Alfredo, and he's like, yeah, I got the 2-liter Sprite in my car too. He's like,
Seriously
"Wanna go
though,
grab it?"
I'm gonna let you finish, but Sprite with chicken Alfredo is a terrible choice.
Yeah, it's not a good.
Hey, King Sprite's the bomb diggity.
Not
Yeah,
with
I'm
chicken
kidding, Alfredo.
You have no.
It goes good with everything.
You have
my
no
God.
Everything.
As
It
soon
can be
as
room
somebody-
temperature and it
as
still
soon as
tastes
somebody
cold.
asks for that in payment.
It's so good.
I want to be paid.
Sus.
I want to be paid in
Sus.
stride layers.
No, that's very suspect. If somebody asked me for chicken Alfredo and Sprite, I'm like, nah, you're a cop.
I just
You
wanna
sound
say-
like a cop.
What if I offer you chicken Alfredo and Mountain Dew? Is that better?
If I'm a
No.
sex offender, and I go,
If
and I go, all right, little boy, we're having sex. I'm gonna give you chicken Alfredo. What do you want to drink? And he says Sprite. And I'm gonna go. That's not a good flavor pairing.
Fucking
That's
cop.
a cop.
That's a cop.
they get
What-
younger every
okay,
year.
no,
What
sorry.
if he says Sprite remix?
Sprite. Oh, I'm probably going to jail. I don't know what to do.
No, no.
Sprite remix. What is Sprite remix?
No, see, I feel like Sprite remix would definitely be like. Do they even do Sprite remix anymore?
I don't know, but if they
Only
did,
someone who's 20 years old and
I
and
know.
older.
You gotta be older than 18
20.
years old to know what Sprite remix is, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. That's how it's gonna be. because you know what Sprite remix is.
You hear Sprite remix, you just die on the spot, honestly.
Okay, so
You,
I'm trying to piece this together.
not only do you dab, you dabble.
This podcast itself it sets the bar too hard or too high, but Sprite remix is right within reach of your fucking bar. You'll break up with somebody over this podcast.
Sprite remix.
I did it.
Oh
You literally have to kill yourself.
For anybody who does not know,
I swear to God.
this bitch just solved a goddamn.
Okay, so
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Listen,
What
okay.
the fuck?
You're gonna die.
Hey.
I had to kill myself now.
This whole
Alright,
podcast,
listen.
I've been waiting for her to complete it.
I have to die.
Talking
Okay, so
shit until she
For
did
those
it.
who don't know what happened, we have this little
Oh my fuck.
3x3 cube. Every square when you take it apart, it's like one line, like
It's like a
long
snake.
line. It's like a
It's
snake,
the
and it's
biggest
like connected
thing.
in different ways. And what you have to do is you have to connect the whole thing together. And like there has to be a different color squares, green and like tan squares on it. And the reason why we freaked out is because Jackie, who's been sitting here so
Silently.
quietly and patiently and politely, just solved the fucking puzzle.
Up for my
She was so
blood.
quiet about it too. She's like, I did it. And I was like, yeah!
I just wanna point out, in like the past 4 or 5 places I've lived, I've had that thing on my bookshelf everywhere I've moved, and that thing has remained unsolved for like 7-8 years now.
And she did it in
And,
like
like-
a good 40 minutes.
Yeah, like every time people sit down with it, they sit down with it for like 15-20 minutes. They go, fuck this thing, I'll come back to it. They never do.
And
Well-
so on the other side of that
And
is
the fact that-
before we even did this podcast, we were all kind of fucking around with it. And Tyler here said, if anybody
God.
figures
Yep.
it out, he's gonna off himself.
Yep. I offered very generously, I might add,
I do have
to blow my brains out if anybody had solved that cube before the end of the podcast. And so I will very I'm not
I think
I'm
maybe
gonna
that
drink
offer-
at least. I'm gonna drink like 3 more drinks at
No,
least.
I think Jackie needs to at least decide if she's gonna cash in that coupon.
I don't know. If she can
Put it on YouTube.
I don't know.
Jackie, are you gonna use that coupon and just let it expire?
I haven't had anybody shit on my chest
Hold on,
yet, but I've had a pretty good life.
What's the time
So
limit?
I-
on this?
It happened
Because-
one time.
I'm cool
It
with that.
happened one
I
time.
don't know.
Until the new year.
Yeah, it's good until 2018.
Shut- Whatever, man. I
So,
feel-
Jackie, I would just say, just let the coupon expire so we don't have to talk about this anymore.
fine.
Okay, it's going
think
to
about
expire.
more things that we could talk about.
God, I
like,
wanna
if
see this
blow my
cube.
brains
Yeah,
out.
but keep it hanging over.
If I kill myself, how much fun shit could we talk about?
There's a lot more fun shit if we keep you alive.
Really?
You would have never had.
I have high
Jewish
ceilings and an
Beyblades.
unfinished ceiling.
Jewish
that actually-
Beyblades are that was a very prominent topic.
That was a very
So-
cold
so they're
topic.
dreidels with
It's hard.
sharp
Well,
ends.
I'm honestly
sharp ends.
pissed off that I didn't finish that before
Well,
she
it's
did.
very humanitarian of you to not.
She's
force him.
better than you.
She's better than me, and I don't like that. I don't like being lesser than.
Very humanitarian of you to not make him kill himself, but I would keep it hanging over his head until it expires.
Oh yeah, I would have at least waited
Be like,
till.
Oh, God,
the-
yeah.
Hey,
I would have
Tyler.
waited till
Hey Tyler, can you
11:59.
get me a drink? I don't want. How about you kill yourself instead? Like,
Jackie
"All right,
looks
I'll
very
get a
uncomfortable.
fucking
This is
drink."
your fault for solving the puzzle, Jackie.
Way to go!
Way to go,
No,
Jackie!
but for real though, no one fucking touch that thing. Like, keep it done.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
glue it together.
It's been like, it's
Oh, I
been
thought
so
you actually did it
long.
for a second.
Oh no.
This is you're literally holding the key to my life in your hands right now. So if you fuck that up, then Jackie doesn't get to kill me. So I'm just saying. Like,
No,
if she wants to
you
change
said
your
whoever
mind, then
completes
whatever.
It, right? It's been completed.
Yeah, it's been completed.
We got
We've-
all these witnesses.
all these witnesses. She
I'm
completed
very
it.
uncomfortable.
I could take this apart, and she could
Next
still kill
topic.
you. And she could.
Do we
Okay,
have
whatever.
another topic? I mean, that was kind of like a good way to end it.
Why does Cloud Strife and Seymour Skinner have the same backstory?
Triggered. I don't like this.
Seymour who?
Seymour Skinner,
Does Seymour Skinner really have the same like
Seymour
Principal Skinner.
Final Fantasy VIII? Does he really have the same though? I mean, like he has to live the whole life of
Zack.
Zack and like Final Fantasy VII, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He doesn't have the same like I have to live vicariously through this person kind of
He
thing.
doesn't have a
He just
badass Buster Blade.
Right. Seymour
Buster
just
Blade
kind of
didn't
had
start,
like
man.
my mind has been taken possession of by this crazy ass bitch. He doesn't really have like this like whole I have to live vicariously through this entire person through his entire life
Oh,
and
yeah,
have
does
sex
he
with
st-
everybody he's ever loved.
He steals the entire identity of Seymour Skinner. His actual name is Amin Tarzarian. So essentially, he's living a different person's life.
God, my
Still
whole
rather
hatred
than-
of Final Fantasy VIII is gonna come to bite me right now. I really don't like that game. You're probably right, and I just don't.
What's up,
care
Estes?
enough
Just watching, listening.
Oh. It sounded like you had something to say.
to know.
I'll just decide
Okay,
on whether I should
we-
bring up
we
13
skipped
or
over
15
this.
yet.
No, let's not do that again. We did
Come
that
on.
last time. We did it last time. We don't need this.
We skipped over this a little bit, and I want to go back to it.
No, your life is forfeit.
And though my life, though my
Stop!
life in
I think you need
general
to stop talking. That was a good point.
is completely
Oh my
meaningless,
God.
if I may, and I'm begging, and I'm not asking or commanding, I'm begging. I would love for Tyler to tell us the story that he didn't tell about his ex-girlfriend, and how well, and besides the shitting on the chest thing, you mentioned how she
Camping.
had the camping. Basically.
Oh.
You talked about it a little bit, and then you were so rudely cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
a
This whole like cameo thing. It was actually like post chest shit. It was after that.
Both chest shit. I thought it was the
After
three
that.
chest shit.
Naturally,
Okay, this is
naturally.
even better now.
Naturally, it was after. Naturally, it was after.
Oh,
post.
is that what that
Crisis on Infinite
PCS
Chests.
stands for?
This is third impact shit.
It's been 3 months PCS.
For all of you evangelical things. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, no.
That was a good joke, but I don't think you picked it up.
Well, the unfortunate thing is there's not really a whole lot of story to tell about her. Just that she was moving to Iowa. I sure as shit wasn't.
She was your shit.
Let him tell his story,
I
Tyler.
sure as shit was not
Continue,
moving
second
to Iowa.
Tyler.
I'm
The
sorry.
better Tyler.
Better Tyler.
I'm dead now, so
Again, with
Whatever.
this cube, your
What?
life is forfeit.
I have
Tyler.
Isn't that the plot of Hellraiser?
I have nothing to say.
Hellraiser Tyler, go.
Hellraiser Tyler. Okay. Yeah. No.
Thank
it's
you,
just,
by the way, for killing me. That's great. Really appreciate that.
Oh.
Your year will go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Damn!
Dark as fuck.
That might last year. This like January 1st. Last year, I was walking home. Someone tried to stab me.
Oh. Okay.
I brought the jacket over. That I have my jacket here. I have the fucking stab
Like
mark.
with a penis, or-
Yeah, I have the stitches on. I can fucking show you. Stabbed through my favorite fucking jacket. pissed.
It's not very nice.
Why?
Was this post
My
chest?
favorite jacket.
Why? They stab you though, or
He
try.
wanted my wallet, my phone. I said no.
Wait. But was
Sweet.
this post chest shit?
Yes, this was
Okay.
post chest shit.
Okay. We have phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1. Why did this person try to stab you and try to take your shit? And then phase 2, post chest shit. Why did you neglect having intercourse with this person?
Okay, so which one's first? Is it stabbing or
Stabbing,
chest shitting?
stab intercourse, stab intercourse.
Stab intercourse. Stab intercourse. See, like to me, that's the same thing.
Gotta get your beads somehow.
Oh my god.
No, I was walking home from the bar. It was after New Year's, whatever. Bar was closed. And I was walking probably like six blocks to my place. Halfway through by this elementary school, Phoenix.
Of all places.
Yeah, I know.
That's a
It
nice
is.
school. That's a nice school. I went
Nice
there.
school.
Yeah, this gentleman says, "Hey, can I have $1? Buy some food or whatever." I was like, "Sorry, sir, lost all the money playing blackjack. Wish I could help you." Pulls out a knife and says, "Hey, let me see your wallet." Excuse me, sir. You go your way, I'll go my way. Nothing needs to happen here. Everything will be fine. He takes a step towards me and says, "No, give me your wallet and your phone." And I said, "No." And so he lunged at me, and I sidestepped. He stabbed through my jacket, motherfucker. Cut my side a little bit, and then I kind of blacked out. And I just remember giving him a right swing to the head, and then I kind of came to, just kind of standing over him when he was just laying there. And so I was like, "Well, it's just me and him out here. I sure as shit don't want his word against mine. I'm fucking leaving."
It's mighty beansy of you.
Easy of you.
I
Yeah.
think you really gave him the beans
Give him the beans, man.
You brought
And
the
some.
beans home.
I brought the beans home.
for the whole family.
Totes.
I can't believe it. How would you just? I don't even know if I could say no to a guy holding a knife saying, "Give me your wallet and phone." Like,
You don't think
I
so?
bet I can run faster than him.
no, just because like, I don't give a fuck about my wallet and my phone, but I sure as shit give a fuck about like my guts being in my stomach.
That's the best part about
They
being
can give
broke
you-
is that I could literally honestly say no. give me your wallet and give you all your money. Like, this is it, man. have my credit card that's already like expired, like full of money.
You just want to
for
trade,
ease.
or
I mean, like, man, I work in sales, man. I don't got shit. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Take my credit card. I don't give a fuck.
So that happened. That's why I'm not going out. That's why I'm not going out for New Year's. I'm gonna stay at my friend's house. I'm gonna stay home. Not gonna walk.
America.
don't
Bad
walk.
decisions last year.
Watch you walk into the. You have to walk for some reason. You run into the same guy.
Oh my god.
He's like,
Oh.
I remember.
Yeah,
this."
it's like, "Hey, Mr. Man, remember what happened last time?"
Continue.
Walk away.
He's wearing glasses to show that time has passed.
Oh man, but yeah, no, that was my.
That's crazy
That was me
though.
last year. Yeah.
That's a pretty good
I'll just show you the
story.
jacket. It's upstairs.
No, I'm okay.
Well, screw you, Jack.
You have a stabbed through jacket upstairs?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I sewed it closed.
Well,
so-
that's pretty pathetic of you.
I tried to fix my clothing. Sorry.
It's not authentic.
It's not
Don't
authentic.
you know how to sew?
You
Would
need to
wanna
have
fix your
more.
clothing?
You have. I know how to sew. I just want more stabbed clothing.
Well, if you
Stabbed
want,
clothing isn't something that just comes by. Like.
well, I mean, I can help you out.
Yeah, we can arrange this.
I mean, I can help you out.
You know what
The near-death experiences are like, they sound cool, but they're not.
I read an
No, they're not
article-
cool at all. No,
I read an
it's
article
definitely
that
not
said.
fun, it's not a fun part that I enjoy going back to.
You know, like fake logos, like like a fake
logos?
Coach logo or a fake Gucci logo or something, are actually
the
becoming
Nike
more
swoosh is
popular.
upside down type.
Yeah, they're becoming more popular now because people are just like, oh, that's really cool that I have like this fake. I don't know why. They just think that the fake logo is cool. So they're actually becoming valuable now. So having an off-brand, totally made up bullshit logo is actually becoming valuable. People want that as opposed to not wanting it at all.
I don't mean to be rude, but how did the logo come into the conversation? I'm so lost.
I think it's
I am so lost.
Because you got stabbed, so don't worry about it.
No. Fake logos came in from me.
Oh, I
Kevin
gotta say
gets
that
it.
really reminds me a lot of people. I don't know if you guys have heard of chocolate diamonds. They're
Yes.
essentially brown diamonds.
Yeah, they're
Things.
brown diamonds.
Okay, so
Round diamonds.
Yeah, they're
once
terrible.
upon a time,
Oh, like
wherever the
that.
fuck this mine is, I think it's Africa somewhere, and they're pretty much
safe bet.
they're my geology teacher told me this,
And
and he's like, the mine was going bankrupt, and one guy came in and goes, "Okay, I'll buy it," and he bought it out, and no one wanted these things because they're brown diamonds that are considered impure.
Yep.
And he marketed them as a chocolate diamond, and his profit rate soared. Kind of like you were saying, like an off-brand thing that suddenly becomes cool and becomes desirable. Yeah, he turned to this bankrupt mine that was just churning out impure product, and he goes, "Oh, but we could market that as being a chocolate diamond," and now they're all over the place, and the dude's making millions of dollars.
They're still ugly as sin.
They are.
It's crazy. It's weird how if you can market it to the right people, you can make your money out of it.
Marketing is amazing.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't like people.
People are stupid.
Manual labor's where to go.
I think that is the
How's
moral
it going,
story.
Cam?
I'm just quiet. I'm just listening at the moment. I'm getting tired. But hey, we're at like almost an hour, so
Holy cow!
I think
Wrap it up and get some drinks.
I think that's a pretty good time to cut it out.
I'm not done yet.
We can finish out the rest of we can finish out the rest of this New Year strong because it's currently like
Almost 80.
it's
8
almost 8 o'clock. So
Holy balls!
that was a good one. So again, thanks.
Yeah, go beans deep in the future.
Beans
friends.
deep. So again, this is Loafer Boys Podcast. If you like us, follow us on Facebook and stuff. We actually have a
don't do
Facebook
that.
page and all that stuff. We got it. Let's put it out there.
No, just
That's too damn bad. But
just don't do
cool. Thanks you guys for showing up and talking. You know you didn't say as much, but that's okay.
that.
The story, he brought the elephant walk story, and honestly,
That elephant
I know.
Sorry.
That was actually-
Liam brought good points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up for Liam.
Okay, that's fine.
What about,
Anyway, so hey, shut up. We're gonna wrap this up. Okay,
All right,
we're done. Everybody say bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.